BPA King of TV Bowling, brought to you by Pepsi, the ultimate taste. Jeff Weiler, Eastgate Auto Mall, your one-stop shopping center. Affordable Chiropractic, the official BPA back care specialist. And by Ribs King Barbecue Sauce, a Cincinnati original.
Hello, Cincinnati. Week number 4, BPA King of TV Bowling, and we are here at DelFair Lanes, Jen. 189 and under division, it will be match number 1, and we've got a repeat offender.
Yeah, we've had great turnouts for the 189 and under division. Newton Wright is going to be the newcomer, and we're going to see Jim Scott again, who's shown us some great performances last week.
Absolutely, and we'll be back with a great performance after these words from our sponsor. Don't go away. We'll be back. And we are back for match number 1, the repeat offender that we've discussed.
Jim Scott gave us a great performance last week. Let's see if he can show his true colors here, starting on with a great strike.
Oh, the repeat offender is back. A little pat on the ball there. Newcomer to the show,
Newton Wright.
Very basic game, very simple and very accurate, and the simple release is the secret to what he's going to do. Nick Vogel saying, in contrast, twirls it up. Newton Wright throws it straight at him. Qualified with 629. First appearance on television, his high game ever, 279. That's where you make them all go away except in one frame.
That's right. Really threw an excellent opening shot.
Yeah, that really helps for a newcomer to be able to throw a good shot. Nobody likes to leave the 8-pin, but it beats the heck out of the washout or the big 4.
Newton Wright married to Brenda. He has 5 children: Renee, Donna, Newton III, Ron, and Kimberly. Lives in the Silverton area.
There you go. The very simple, basic forward roll release. Comes off the fingers, does a couple of revolutions, and leaves the 8 again.
Can you believe that? He's saying, what do I got to do to get that 8-pin out of there?
It's the deflection, Jen. As we know, the duty of the 5-pin is to take the 8-pin out. That's all it's got to do. Newton's 5-pin just kind of laid down in front of the 8 and then scooted off. Not really what we want to see, but he's really opened the match with 2 very accurate and well-schooled thought.
Very good. Full fingertip, 5-step approach for him. Newton wrote on his bio sheet that he appeared on the old TV handicapper bowling show. I don't remember that one, Dave, do you?
Unfortunately, I do.
I knew you were going to say that.
Unfortunately, I do. And I wasn't carried on Channel 9. 9 is the bowling station in the Midwest. It's where you can find BPA King of TV Bowling in its 30th year.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fun to be back. Looking at the 3, 6, 10. Be shooting cross lane. And it's in the area and converts for a spare.
And you don't shoot a 640 to qualify without making spares like that.
Jim Scott has a very good approach, sound game, and with 644 to qualify. Repeat offender, we told you last time, won. High game of 300, and he rolls on out of here.
Jim Scott, age 34, married to Lynn, 2 children, boy and a girl, and a 9-pin.
Crossing over and getting a very good break, quite frankly, when you make a shot that bad. to only have a simple 9-pin to shoot at, you're very happy. Got some color on the rack. Look at that. We got red, yellow, orange, green. Far cry from the old days where you had to figure out which one was yours because they were all black,
That's right. I do remember that now.
Knew I'd get something. Look
out. Total lack of concentration there.
You never, ever want to take your opponent for granted.
Beauty pole.
That's right.
Beauty delight.
Cincinnati's favorite. Home of my favorite. Those little kings, little green bottles got a hold of me. And a new product they've come out with that has actually converted me over to something I never thought I'd say, and that's I love iced tea. This Trade Winds product, sitting right here in front of me, lemon taste, twist of lime, 100% natural iced tea. Trade Winds. Pick it up at your local shopping center. They are good.
Newton Wright is going to try and get out that 8-pin along with the 2 and the 7 this time.
This is a tough one to make. You have to come in from the right-hand side and catch plant. That's in the area, Jen. That's exactly how you're supposed to make it, only the lead pin, the 2-pin, should go over and take out the 7, opening up both players, showing a little bit of early on jitters.
We have lots of bowling proprietors here today. As a matter of fact, I don't usually do this, but that's my father in the right-hand corner. We'll take a look at him in a minute, and he has my daughter on his lap.
Hey.
The little girl, Erica.
You don't have to say it, then I will. Irv Hoinke is one of the premier promoters of bowling in not only this city. There's Irv. Who's that beautiful little girl? Who is that?
Little Miss Erica.
Well, Irv is promoter bowling for years and years, and his father before him, and what a tradition he has started with the Hoinke Super Classic, held over the Thanksgiving Day weekend, and also his tournament that runs through the year. All the BPA proprietors are promoters of bowling, and Irv is right up there with us.
And along with my father, we have Frank Ruggieri's out here today, and Dan Bettinghouse, Pat Wynn from DelFair, the proprietor here in Delhi.
Pat really showing a concern for the game and for DelFair lanes and upgrading nearly everything in the establishment. The personnel that are here are friendly, they are courteous, they are here to help you have a good time. So when you go bowling and you bowl at DelFair lanes, you will have a good time. Our Hudie BPA scoreboard shows you that we are 3 pins different at this point. The strike up, though, turns it into 13 in a heartbeat. And we've got to get going here. There's the concentration etched in his face. Looks like a better shot. Cuts through, Jen. Maybe the lane conditions.
Really, I think the lanes are just starting to jump a little, and I think he's going to have to compensate either by moving his feet a little bit left or being a little bit more firm. A little more speed.
Newton looking on, or not looking on in this particular case. Never did seem to bother me. I always like to watch my competition. A lot of bowlers choose not to, though, Jen.
Boy, very uncharacteristic for Jim Scott. After we saw him a couple weeks ago, he missed the spare, and he had been making them so well in his previous outing.
On the right-hand lane. Let's see if we can. It's in the area again. Trying to make that very fine adjustment to get the 8-pin out, which is correct, to try to go a little higher into the pocket, but going a little too high, breaking up the split, but leaving the 6-10.
We also have out here today our good old friend Tony Plank, always coming out representing Hudipole so well. Fine, fine gentleman.
A 610. Shoot cross lane, and with Newton's ball, I think he's got a very good chance of making this. Boy, does he flatten it out. Flatten it out too much.
Okay, Newton, relax.
That's
Come on
right.
now, let's regroup here.
You see him shaking his hands. Come on, relax. Everybody at home, you think this is easy? Bowling is fun, and it is easy for the whole family, but you shine a couple of 1,000 watts of lights on you and got cameras looking at you all over, and notice that the whole greater Cincinnati area is watching you bowl. Things change a little bit. Better ball.
Yeah.
Much better ball.
Excellent, excellent shot. He says, yeah.
Okay, and we'll be coming back and see how this match finishes up in just a moment, so you stay with us.
People in the game of the bowling.
Well, what do you think, John? Commercial break
Yep.
disrupted the tempo just
A little bit
wee
less speed.
Yep.
Punching through the nose, leaving the 3-6-10. I typically like to stand 7 boards left using my strike target.
And I like to do the same and flatten the ball out. Just lay the wrist straight back and bring the thumb straight up at 12 o'clock. That's the way you do it. Knock them all down. 12 pins is the difference separating our two players. Jim Scott with a spare in the 6th.
Jim Scott's been having back problems. We're hoping that he's going to go see our friends at Affordable Chiropractic to get it all straightened out.
Get him fixed up and back on the track. I'll tell you what, though. He bowls better with a bad back than I'd bowl with a good one.
That's right.
Boy, there's one you don't see too often, the 9-10. Not a good break, but it could have been a little worse. Now, this is just strictly an accuracy shot. You have approximately 3 inches to play with on this particular spare in order to make it. The ball has to fit directly between those 2 pins. It's going to be close. Oh, my.
We have a really tight match now. We'll see who's going to get brave here and take control. Of course, Newton with the strike up in the 6th can go for a double here, and you know that'll put some pressure on Scott.
You betcha. 101 in the 7th for Jim Scott, and the strike working for Newton, and it's
going to have to tie. Same thing.
Same lead.
3-6-10.
Coming out with the 3-6-10. The all too often seen spare when you go through the nose. There you see it. The way you make it is to go just to the right of center of the lead pin, which is the 3 pin, and let the ball just carry them down and carry out the 6 and the 10.
And Jim Scott just showed us how to make that. And he wasn't watching Newton, was it?
Obviously, Newton was looking at something else. We'd like to thank our people from Jeff Weiler. They're here again today, and once again, they brought a marvelous car, 1994 Nissan Altima GLE. We'll take a look at it right after we watch Newton try to throw these bad boys into the pit. Not that way. Go crossing over, leaving the 610. Let's take a look at that sunroof. Full power. Retails for about $21,700. But Jeff Weiler can put you into that bad boy. I think you could probably work out a deal with him. Tell him we sent you out there. King of Bowling, New Productions, and who knows, you might save a couple $100 just by mentioning our name. Jeff Weiler, Eastgate Automobiles on the east side of town. They do it all over there, and today the Ultima is the car.
And thanks to Tom Wolf for driving it out. I've always wondered, though, if somebody gets a 300, how does he get home?
He and I are going to celebrate someplace, and I'll make sure he gets home. Jim Scott leading by 13 pins at this point, going into his 8th frame and strikes convincingly.
Some other high finishers in the 189 and under, Walter Burchett, Dan Whitaker, Gary Lee Allen Jr. Hey, that's 4 names. Darrell Doan, Terry Flack, and Ken Gaynor.
His ball is going to be able to win any match if he keeps throwing it like that. Striking is the name of the game, and striking is. And Scott struck and struck and struck again. 190. That double, defeating 8th and 9th frame. Mr. Wright, 136. Creates a 23-pin
next
deficit.
match,
number 2, Riga Kalfa's Nick Vogelstock.